Hi guys, good day. You're welcome to my channel. My name is Michael, and this is Mike Mode Fashion Tutorial. If you're just joining this channel for the very first time, I want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, in the last video, we were able to test for fits. Okay, on the bodies. We've been able to draft the bodies. We've been able to test for fits on the bodies. And if you have not seen that video, please check on my description box below to see that video of how we're able to draft the bodies and test for fit for the bodies. But today on this video, we are actually going to be working on the sleeve. We are going to be learning how to draft a sleeve pattern, and we're going to be well detailed about it. Okay, so before we continue, we'll just go on a short break, and when we are back, we will continue with that. Don't leave that down. Alright, you're welcome back to my channel. So at this point in time, first things first, I have my pattern paper, I have my tape, I have my pencil, and here with me I have my pattern master. But if you have a ruler, this will do. You don't have to have a pattern master, but it's a good tool to have anyways, like what I said in the beginning. For those of us that have not seen the video of the tools needed for pattern drafting, please, I have a video on that. Please, on the description box below, please, I'll send a link to you so you can see the various tools that are needed for pattern drafting. Okay, so right away we are going to be starting with a margin of 2 inches from the top of our pattern paper, a margin of 2 inches. We can actually take this, with an equidistance. So we could have a very straight line as regarding the sleeve. Okay? Yeah, at this point I have my margin of 2 inches. So from this 2 inches I took down, this is where our sleeve length is going to be starting from. So we're going to take measurement of our sleeve length. And the sleeve length we're working with, according to the model we took our measurements from videos we have taken past, is about 22.5 inches. About 22.5 inches. I love to take the same measurement at different sections so I could have a very straight line. So the full sleeve length is 22.5. Okay. We have to straighten up this paper so we don't take excessive measurements. 22.5. So now I'm going to take a straight roll. Now for the borders we have been using on this platform, I'm going to bring that back. Alright, I've brought my bodies back again. Please, if you have not seen how this bodies was being drafted, please, I have videos on that. Please just help me. Okay, you can go through my video I did on how to draft the bodies. Okay, so at this point in time, why are we calling this back? Why are we bringing this back? This is actually necessary for us because we are working with a sleeve right now. We are going to be learning how to draft the sleeve. But before drafting the sleeve, we have to take the measurement of our armhole, okay? The measurement of our armhole or our arm sky. Measurement of our armhole of our arm sky. Okay, basically I have my flexible curve here. So what I will just do is that I'll just walk this through my armhole. That's one of the purposes of this flexible curve. I'll just walk this through my armhole to get the actual measurements for this. Okay? So with my flexible curve, I have about 8.125 inches, okay? Now on the other part, so I want to do the same. I'm going to be working my flexible curve through the armhole to get the measurements. Okay, to get the measurements of my arm sky or my armhole. And on this part, I have about 8.25. Okay. Now, in absence of this, if you don't have this, but it's a good tool to have. In absence of this, absence of that, you can actually work your tape through, okay, the armhole the way I've done with my flexible curve. So basically, this is what we have for the back armhole. We have about 18.125 inches. For the front armhole, the length is about 8.25 inches. So I'll have that at the back of my mind. So I'm taking this away while I continue with my sleeve drafts. Okay. So at this moment, I just okay, this paper is about 24 inches. So let me just look for the midpoint of that. So let me just say about 12 inches. Okay. Now this is just to help us with our grain line. Okay. So we are drawing totally a straight line, which is also our grain line. Now the next thing we are going to be looking for out of this. So right now what we have here is this part of our paper is the back. Okay, and what measurement we got for the back was 8.125. Okay, and this side of the paper is our front, and the measurement we got for the front was 8.25. Now what we are going to be looking for right now is our cap height. How do we get our cap height? So we are going to be adding 8.125 plus 8.25. And what we'll have is about 16.375. Okay, having 16.375. So this 16.375 we would be dividing by 3. Okay, so whatever it gives us minus 1. So 16.375 divided by 3. So it gave us 5.4583. So we are going to be deducting 1 inch out of it. So what we'll have is about 4.4 in approximation. Let's say 4.5. Okay, in approximation minus 1. Okay, so in approximation we'll be having 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches will be our cap height. Okay, so from this 4.5 inches we just square a line. So right now we have our cap height. Okay, at this moment we have our cap height for our sleeve. So what we just do is that we place our tape here. Okay, remember for our back we have 8.125. So we place our tape to the point where we have 8.125 and mark 8.125, and we'll mark. We'll take a line from there. We'll repeat the same thing on this other part also, which is going to be 8.25. So here we are marking 8.25. So this is where we have our 8.25 here. So we mark. Okay, so right now we have 8.25. Now what we do here is that we look for the midpoint of this. So 8.125 divided by 2, that will be 4.063. So this is 4.063. Okay, so this is the midpoint of this line. Now from this midpoint I go up, okay, by half an inch. I go up by half an inch. Now by going up by half an inch, I connect this point to this part. I connect this point to this part. Okay? Now, 4 points. Okay, so in both sides now we have about 4 points. 063, 4.063. Dividing by that by 2 also will give us this. And this. Okay? So, we are coming down here by 1/4 of an inch. Coming down here by 1/4 of an inch. Okay? Now here we are coming up by 3/8 of an inch. Coming up by 3/8 of an inch. So using my French rule or my French curve, I will take a curve from this point, passing through this, excuse me, passing through this point. Okay. Connecting. All right. Okay, for the sake of emphasis, I would like to erase some of the lines so we don't get confused about the lines. So we don't get confused. Okay. So we don't get confused about the lines. Okay, for the front, I'll repeat the same thing. Half of 8.25, that'll be 4.1. So 4.125 is half of that. So you remember here we came up, but this time around for the front, we are coming down by half an inch. We are coming down by half an inch. And by coming down by half an inch, we connect this line to this point. We are connecting this line to this point. Okay. We're connecting this line to this point. Now, at this point in time, what do? We'll look for the midpoint, which is midpoint of 4.1. That'll be 2.063. Midpoint of 4.1, 2.063. Okay. Now here we're coming out by 0.625, that is 5/8 of an inch here. And here we are going down by 6/8 of an inch, which is 0.625. Sorry, 5/8 of an inch, which is 0.625. So using our French curve, we are connecting from here to this point to this point. Okay. We're connecting. Okay, we're connecting. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to be removing these lines so it doesn't get us confused. Not able to identify the lines that are relevant. Okay, so this is our front armhole, and this is our back armhole. So right now we have been able to get our cap height at this point. This is our cap height. We want to get the midpoint of this sleeve. How do we get the midpoint? From the underarm line to the end of the sleeve. We actually have about 18 inches, so half of that is 9. Okay, so we furthermore come up by 2 inches. We come up by 2 inches. So at this point, we have our elbow line. At this point, we have our elbow line. Okay. At this point, we have our elbow line. So what next? We just measure what we have here down to this point. We have about 13.75. So 13.75, we are going to minus 2 inches from both sides. So 13.75 minus 2 inches, that's 11.75. So 11.75 divided by 2 will give us, I measure from my back underarm, which is about 6.75. Okay, 6.75. So I'm going to use a very long ruler this time around because my pattern master is obviously not this long. So 6.75 divided by 2 will give me 3.375. Okay, so this 3.375, I bring it up again. 3.375, and I make a row. So at this point, that 3.375, I will still have to look for the midpoint. 3.375. Okay, so this is the midpoint of 3.375. I just mark out the midpoint, and I take a line from this underarm down. Okay, so we are repeating the same process for the front part of the sleeve. We are repeating the same process from the front for the front part of this sleeve. So we are measuring what we have here. Here we have about 6.875. So we're bringing down the 6.875 from this green line. 6.875 from that green line. Then we connect from the underarm to the end of the sleeve. We connect. So 6.875 divided by 2. Okay, I'll just take my tape to where that is, then fold it in 2, creasing it to get what I have there. Okay, from the crease point. Okay, so from the mid of that crease point, before I lose that crease, I'm just going to add it up here. The middle of that crease point again, holding that crease point again. Okay, so that's what I have here. So connecting these two lines together and connecting this. So basically, I have my sleeve right now. I have my sleeve right now. So this is my wrist line. This is my elbow line. This is my cap height. This is my cap height. This is my elbow line. And this is my wrist line. Then this line we have at the center is my grain line. This is my grain line. So what I'm going to be doing next right now is I'm going to be measuring this. I'm going to be measuring this cap height right now to know what I have, to see if it corresponds with what I have. That's if I have to add this up and add this up, if it's actually going to give me the same thing. However, it is expected that there will be some extra ease. Let me measure up first. Okay. So for this back sleeve, measuring from here to this point, this is where it stops. So I have a little ease here, which is not bad. On this other part, I'm going to be measuring 8.25 on the sleeve line. Five, 6, 7, 8, 8.25. Okay. So measuring from this point down here, this is what I have. All right. So my 8.125 stops here. My 8.25 measuring from here stops here. So this is the amount of ease I have. The amount of ease I have is about 0.75 inches, which is a quarter of an inch. That's the amount of ease, which is not a bad place to stay or to be. So if you have between 0.75 and 1 inch, it's actually a good ease, which you can ease into your armhole. All right, guys, for the sake of emphasis, I decided to use this marker to show us where our actual sleeve line is, okay? Because there's so many lines, can be so confusing. All right, so this is actually where our sleeve line is, and this is our grain line in the middle here. Okay, so if we're going to be placing this on a fabric, this is our grain line. This is where our grain line is. This is our elbow line. For example, we want to do a short sleeve. This is where our elbow line is. And this is where our wrist line, yes. Okay, so for the sake of emphasis, and that is our cap height. And we've been able to measure our cap height this way. Okay, 8.125 stopped here, 8.25 stopped here, and we have an ease. This is an ease, okay? An ease can be added to the garment, or it can be removed. We can remove this, but that will not be for this video. All right, guys, I hope you have been able to learn how to draft a simple sleeve. Okay, please, as you have seen this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Okay, so we can be more encouraged to bring you more videos on this channel. Till I come your way again, please keep on watching, share this video. Have a nice time. Bye.